Hello, welcome to Tim's Travels. Today I'm at Tiree Airport, the most westerly of the Inner Hebrides. I'm taking a flight with Loganair down to Glasgow. Not a new airline for the channel, but a new aircraft, the Twin Otter. I've never travelled on the Twin Otter before, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's go and find our aircraft.
But before that, let's have a history lesson. The first aircraft landed on Tiree in 1929, but it wasn't until 1936 that a commercial air service was set up. Tiree also had a role to play during World War II, becoming operational as RAF Tiree. And this plaque memorialises the tragic loss of two Coastal Command air crews whose Halifax aircraft collided over the airfield in 1944. And now back to the 21st century. I just had a wee bit of time to film in and around the terminal due to a curious check-in process, but more about that later in the video. But before long, it's time to board our Twin Otter for our flight down to Glasgow. And I've got to say, it's a fine enough aircraft, but I found it really cramped. More cramped than the Islander I'd been on the day before. Maybe there's something to be said for bench seating. I have to say, Tiree really is beautiful. It was actually quite a gloomy day, and as we get above the clouds, there's not really that much to see. So instead, I shall regale you with my check-in experience. Wonderful, I hear you cry. Now, we all know what it's like when you book a flight. Immediately there's a barrage of emails. You have booked a flight, you are going to be travelling. There is an aircraft that you need to be on. Do not forget to check in online. You must check in. Do it now. Oh, by the way, that is the delightful village of Crinan below us, which has a lovely little canal, the Crinan Canal, which is well worth walking along. Anyhow, like the mindless lemming that I am, I checked in online. When I had some luggage to drop off at Tiree, the Loganair ground crew person said, "You've checked in online, and you've got a female with you." And I said, well, I prefer to think of her as my wife, but yes, I do. Well, I've had to recheck in the entire flight. Now, I don't want to make extra work for anyone, but there were 7 people on the flight. However, it seems that when you check in online with Loganair, it automatically defaults all passengers to being male. So, if it's known that there's this issue with the check-in process, why not just fix it? And while I'm on the subject, please, Loganair, can you fix this on the Clan Loganair sign-in page? It looks incredibly unprofessional. 3 of the letters are right. Drop the E, move the N over, and add in a G, and you'll have the correct usage of the word sign in that context. I've been banging on about this for ages. I've been in touch with Loganair. Please fix it. And if you haven't had enough of my thoughts, then stay tuned to the end of the video. So, I am back at home. What did I think about Loganair and the Twin Otter? Well, Loganair were okay. The ground crew seemed a wee bit flustered on the day of travel for whatever reason, but we all have days like that where we're just not ourselves, we're not 100%, so that's fair enough. The Twin Otter, it got me from A to B. It's not a particularly memorable aircraft for me, but that is just all personal choice. £40 and 99 pence for a one-way flight. I think that's pretty good value for money. But overall, the Tiree to Glasgow flight, it's not going to go down as one of my most memorable, I've got to say. It just all seemed a wee bit stressful. I don't know what, it just felt, not pleasant. I don't know why, it just did, but there we go. That's the joys of travelling for you. Tiree, on the other hand, is absolutely stunning and is well worth a visit. Now, at the moment, the Scottish Government has a voluntary scheme where they're asking people who are intending to travel to the Scottish Islands to take a COVID test, a lateral flow test, 3 days before travel and on the day of travel. As I say, it's voluntary. You won't be asked to produce evidence of a negative test result. I did the testing. It was all fine. Well, I say it was all fine. It was all negative, but it was the most unpleasant thing I have ever done. But that's the times we're living in. So all in all, big thumbs up for Tiree. I won't be in a hurry to travel on the Twin Otter again. I will be in a hurry to get back to more of the Scottish Islands. Thank you so much for listening to this ramble. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, and if you haven't yet done so, please subscribe. And I will see you again soon on Tim's Travels.